You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 13th meeting of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
The Commission of Michigan City to order at 4:32 on Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Larry, can we have roll call, please?
Yes. Michelle Basta.
Absent.
Tim Bauer. Here. Tristan Bogart.
Here.
Bailey Chavez. Here. Andy Jans Davis.
Here.
Abigail Neary.
Here.
Beverly Mac Martin. Absent. Faye Moore.
Here.
Angela Reynolds. Absent. Lauren Zimmer. Here. Nancy Moldenauer.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent, thank you. Appreciate that. I'll get that turned in. Somebody might need to remind me. Anyway, so thank you. We got those taken care of. Now we're going to have the approval of January 2025 minutes. I sent those out. Do I have a motion to approve the January 2025 minutes?
I make a motion to approve the January 2025 minutes.
Do I have a second?
Aye.
All right, Tim seconds this time. All right, Tristan will get the next one.
There you go.
Oh, sure. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, passes unanimously. All right, today's a busy day here at City Hall, so I'm going to go through these project teams a little quickly so we can move on to the town hall meetings in the basement today. Excellent. So, project team A, explore use of biodiesel by city fleet. Abby, you had a quick update?
Yes, I've reached out to Ryan Lysek, excuse me if I pronounce his name wrong, Drive Clean Indiana, to see how we divide and conquer on the additional information that he needs to run that through his database. And Nancy, per your recommendation, I also talked to Councilman Presbolinski about their visit to Hobart about natural gas. And so he had given me an update that they use compressed natural gas in some vehicles. We have but we don't have a full service garage to service them, so we have to send them away. So it's costly. So what they're exploring is, on the council, is potentially upfitting the garage so that they can service the vehicles. So that'd be like a whole kind of, if that happens, then we can explore the compressed natural gas.
Okay, excellent.
Great.
Good. Sounds like they'll go through some of the learning curve for us.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, any questions? Comments? All right, excellent. B, solar power options for city government. Pretty much, I don't think there's update for this. Is there, Tristan? Report on Michigan City electric vehicle, charging station survey, solar panel array plan, update for installation of solar panels at remaining city buildings without solar, plus battery and inverter installation. That's been on pause. So, if I'm going too fast, just give me a holler. C, electric municipal vehicle project, Michigan City Police Department and Transit Department. This has been exploring the possibility of adding electric vehicles to Michigan City Police Department. We had one meeting with Chief Corley, and it was very positive, and we've been looking into upfitment and the possibility of electric bicycles. Is that a pretty good update? Do you have anything else to add to that? Not at this time. All right, excellent. We do have an update for D, green burials and burial sections. Oh, there is one. There were emails sent.
Yeah, we emailed Chief Corley to follow up on the previous emails.
Okay, perfect. Well then.
And Andy did, and I did.
Okay, excellent. So we will hopefully have another meeting about moving on with some electric vehicles with them soon. It was a really productive meeting, and they were really excited about it. So they had a lot of ideas too. Green burials and burial sections. That's D.
Are you sure?
Lauren Zimmer pursuing, I need to add Abigail to this now.
Yes.
Pursuing green burial and burial sections at Swan Lake Cemetery. There was one meeting to discuss the green burials, and then the first meeting for the green burial team is Wednesday, February 12th.
Which was?
which
yes.
was yesterday.
And
So
we had a
I,
good meeting.
I sent this out before that, so.
Yes.
Right.
How'd it go?
Very good. We had a good meeting. We met with the subcommittee of the cemetery board of trustees. Oh, Beverly's here.
Yes, Beverly's here. There's seats at the table if you want over here.
And so they are so far on board with us. But one of the trustees suggested that we do a little bit more gauging of public opinion regarding green burial. And so Abby came up with the great idea of us having a table at the
Earth Month
event in
Extravaganza.
Earth Month Extravaganza. So we plan to do that. Ted and I will work on preparing some boards, and Abby will work with us on that.
You're preparing
And-
some boards. I can't wait to see those.
Yes. And
He's very
Well, I don't
artistic
know.
and creative.
Oh, is
Come
it
on.
perfect?
Don't
Because
build
I
it
was
up
like,
too
we gotta
much.
go,
All right.
we gotta educate people. We've got some great pictures.
We do.
Right.
yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
some of your simple stuff. So
We'll
even
have-
if it's that, it'll
We'll
be
have a
good.
lot of good
So.
information to distribute. And
Great
the idea
idea.
would be to, we're thinking of having like 3 options that each board would educate people about conventional burial, a hybrid, and then a totally green burial. And then, so they would read the information, and then we're gonna give them the opportunity to vote. Which would you be most interested in?
Okay.
And that would be a way of getting people to think about what your options are and which one would seem right for you. And that might tell us a lot about
Yeah.
how the public in general is thinking about it. So this is just one event, obviously, and we might have to do more reach out to the community, maybe have a presentation at the library or something, and
Farmers
invite
market.
people. Farmers market, maybe.
That's
yeah.
my favorite to recommend always.
Well, I'd say at Pride.
Pride.
Table.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay, yep.
Thank you.
So that's our focus right now, is just to kind of gauge public sentiment. But that said, we're also scheduling a Zoom meeting with cemetery officials down in Indianapolis and one in Bloomington.
Great.
And we're going to give the trustees a chance to ask their questions and get feedback from what's worked and what hasn't at those other locations, and see what we can learn. And so, yeah, so things now, we're really making some strides.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's very positive. Excellent. Does anybody have anything to add?
Did I miss anything, Abby?
Nope, great summary.
Okay,
Good.
thank you.
All right, well, that's exciting. I'm just going to read through this one. There's no new updates. For E, waste reduction, garbology, Daisy Lee, Tim Bauer, Bailey Chavez, hey, I think I said it right, Angela Reynolds, and Michelle Basta. Update on progress of pilot project in Washington Park Beach, which would include fun, colorful recycling collection containers of native species like frogs. Explore item grant for recycling projects up to $100,000. Collaborative effort with Sasha G. Burns of Fort County Solid Waste District, Shannon Eason and Michigan City Parks and Rec Department, and Robin Cohn of Michigan City Public Art Committee. Contact with the NIPSCO for potential funding will be approached when plan available. Collaborative efforts with Sasha G. Burns about a traveling possibility reuse room, trading, borrowing, donating items to a communal or virtual location for public use. First Presbyterian of Michigan City has agreed to let us use their parking lot off Washington for our possible future pop-ups in spring 2025, so that's coming up. Sustainable Options for Restaurants campaign. And if anybody ever sees any of those, let me know. You know, they have sustainable options in the local restaurants. And when you're out, you know, just ask for those options if possible. Sustainable Options for Restaurant campaign. Our greenhouse gas emission inventory for carbon footprint reduction indicates Michigan City and Northwest Indiana are extremely high for sending trash to landfills instead of practicing reduction and recycling. So the more recycling and reducing, the better. One of my things is, because, you know, a lot of us just like to shop, so it's like, buy secondhand, right? Or ask if you really, really, really need it, or if you just want it.
I
Did
do
you have
have something,
additions?
yeah.
Yes.
At one of our city council meetings, Councilman Don Prisbalinski had mentioned wanting to have recycling workshops here in Michigan City. So we need to be sure he gets pulled into this here, okay, so that he's not duplicating what we've already talked about and
Yes.
whatever. So that would be Daisy Lee and Tim and whomever else would be interested in that. But I've been mentioning all the time that too much garbage is going to the landfill, you know, anytime it comes up in the city council meeting, and that we need to have a workshop, you know, for the whole community. So, you know, I think we should probably think spring, summer for that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just want to be sure everybody's working together.
Right, so-
We don't have the same thing going on. and-
Maybe I'll send an email to
Lots
Mr.
of different-
Prispolinski and just introduce him and let him
Well,
know that we've been working.
Key in
and-
everybody.
And definitely talk to Sasha, because she's the recycling
Daisy,
expert, and Daisy, of
Sasha,
course, and
yeah.
she's already a city
And he
council.
actually
All
is
right.
the new president of the board for
Okay.
the LaPorte County, LaPorte County recycling.
Really good.
Yeah.
Well, then he'll know Sasha. But right, no need to reinvent the wheel if there's
Yeah,
some things already
exactly.
going. And like I said, Sasha, she's the expert. They do the master recycler class.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's at least 3-4 people in the room that have done that. Master naturalist and things happen over there too sometimes. So
And I know that she already agreed to do a workshop because I talked to her.
wonderful. Well, Sasha is the best. So excellent. Did anybody else have anything to add? I'm excited that City Council wants to do some stuff. It's good. Well, Don was real interested when the beach cleanup and Nora Riska and Mike Kilborn, he was really involved with their cleanup efforts. So I like that a lot. I think we all do. All right. Project Team F, continue promoting Soul Smart Silver designation with partner Indiana University Resilience Cohort. Nancy Moldenauer, Tristan Bogert, Angie Reynolds, Andy Jans Davis, Beverly McMartin, and Sylvia Collins Martin. Consultant Kelly Avies of National League of Cities and Randy Novak, LaPorte County Councilman, have coordinated to hopefully get the mistake corrected in the recent passed solar ordinance. Then she will forward the fixed and passed again ordinance to the U.S. Department of Energy for review and hopeful acceptance. Our link, Getting Started with Solar, found on Sustainability Commission Michigan City Government website page, has been helping Northwest Indiana area residents and businesses with solar panel installation. And our website is it's emichigancity.com. And if you go to the drop-down menu for government, you can click right over to commissions, sustainability commissions, all city council, the other commissions, and there's a lot of really good information. But definitely check us out. eMichigan City. Click on the drop-down tab, City Government, and check out Sustainability Commission. Did anybody have anything to add?
This project will not go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We're
just
gonna keep on it.
keep on it. All right.
We're gonna
Well,
keep
you know,
on it.
I don't
This
hands.
This is the next chapter in the saga.
All right. We'll keep trying. Right.
And there was more than just that one mistake.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, I guess we like a challenge. So,
And I think Beverly pointed that out when she reviewed it.
oh, thank you for noticing.
Yeah, we found several things that could have been proofread out of that, so we tried to fix it, but
Right. Oh God, proofreading. Yeah, it's definitely. I can't spell to save my life, so I'm a big fan of a proofreader. Well, thank you for
I'll just be
continuing.
happy when we get
All
our
right.
our gold plaque.
Our gold, because we earned it. There's got to be a different category somewhere we can just go ahead and get these points with. Oh gosh. All right. Maybe not. So.
This is one of the requirements.
Oh, it's for the require. Of course. Yes. Of course. That would be why. All right. Excellent. We'll get it.
Yeah, we will.
We'll get it. And thank you for all the work, especially Tristan and the beginning and getting us, getting all those items figured out that we needed to take care of to get to the Soul Smart designation. So, all right, we're moving on to G, Carbon Neutral Indiana. Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Moldenauer, Faye Moore, and Lauren Zimmer. Carbon Neutral Indiana celebrated their 5th anniversary. Copies of Carbon Neutral Indiana were given to all city council persons who didn't have them from our Sustainability Commission. Carbon Neutral Indiana's innovative book called Carbon Neutral Indiana, A Practical Guide to Climate Solutions, is available to buy online. Includes interviews with Faye and Nancy, and shout outs to Lawrence, and previous Sustainability Commission member, Deb Chubb. Everybody has solar or has been involved with sustainability, so they got a good shout out from Daniel. The book is great. I recommend it to everybody who wants to do even just a little bit and who needs to schedule an assessment and get an update for their home to become carbon neutral. Basically, with a subscription, they'll plant trees and do other things to sequester carbon, capping gas sources and whatnot, and then that offsets your carbon for a small fee. My home is carbon neutral for $50 a month. There are 4 of us. So, you can do partial, you can do someone else, you can do a business. So think about it, and you can at least get the assessment. It's really eye-opening to see where you use all of your carbon. A lot of websites to check out, so you can click on those. Our agendas are on the aforementioned website, so you can check out all of these. Learn more about these reports, which reach over 60,000 people. And that's through his, there's Purdue Climate Action Plan that they're working on also. So,
They do not have an action plan.
he's working with Purdue to work
But
on.
they're the only Big Ten school that does not have
Okay.
any green goals.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
that's what most recent article is about.
Yeah, read the most recent article, whereas Purdue's climate action plan, Purdue's
Right,
the only
the only
Big
Big
Ten
Ten.
school without green goals. And I find that very ironic considering they're an engineering school. Okay, and then also too, above that, it talked about, thanks to generous donors, under Carbon Neutral Indiana's climate journalism program, they have climate solution fellowships available for students, and those students are the ones who are writing those articles that are actually getting published, and then that is the mechanism that's reaching all of those readers that Andy mentioned before. So I just really want to acknowledge Carbon Neutral Indiana and Daniel Poyser for really being forward-thinking and pushing the needle very far, especially for the state of Indiana.
Yes, thank you. Does anybody else have anything? I know several of us have done the assessment, and if you haven't, check it out. The assessment itself is free, and you do not have to sign up. Excellent. On to H, contract with performance services, PS, under $98,000 grant from Indiana Office of Energy Development, OIED. Nancy Moldenauer, project manager, Tristan Bogart, Shannon Eason, Sylvia Collins-Martin, Jamie Huss, David Dippert, Beverly McMartin, and Richard Pate. Assessment and planning continues for installation of solar array between Bismarck Hill and the tower. Within Washington Park, potential solar panel installation on other buildings, battery or generator backup, solar-powered electric vehicle charging stations with battery backup, plus workstations and benches with solar shade canopies. Around the park and in the zoo would be an amenity for residents and visitors.
Okay, and I'll give you an update if that's okay.
Perfect.
The city attorney has submitted to Nick Allen of Performance Services the form that's usually the agreement that the city uses with corporations and businesses. So he has forwarded that to their lawyer, and they're looking over it, and if they accept it, then the mayor can go ahead and sign that. Their drone operator has sent to our zoo director specifications and questions regarding them actually carrying out the survey to be sure that it's going to be animal friendly and it's going to keep the zoo employees safe. And then we're going to schedule a meeting hopefully with Brendan in February with our project team. I'm just waiting to hear some available dates for that.
Great. Well, that's good. Definitely want to keep everybody at the zoo safe, and I know animals can startle pretty easily. So I personally I'm really thankful for that, and this is moving on, so excellent. Again, thank you, you guys securing that grant. It was no small task. You did it in record time, and that is amazing. You found it in record time. You guys did the research in record time,
1
and
week.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we had an emergency meeting and got it all taken care of. So, congratulations, team. We really teamwork, right? It makes the dream work. Does anybody have any questions or comments on that? All right. Northwest Indiana Region Resilience, NWIRR Action Planning Work Group. Nancy Moldenauer, Tristan Bogart, and Andy Jans Davis. Northwest Indiana Green Drinks to host Pollinator Garden presentation on Thursday, March 6th to kick off the National Wildlife Federation NWL certification efforts for Michigan City and other communities regionally. Tristan is keeping City Hall well stocked with informational materials for interested persons. Michigan City will secure municipal certifications from National Wildlife Federation, NWF, certification for our local wildlife habitats, including yards, institutions, and parks. We obtained NWF's Northwest Indiana Regional Certification, the first in our country, in September 2023 with coordinated efforts by Kathy Sippel. Each county and municipality can now enroll more individuals, schools, churches, businesses, and parks to obtain their individual local NWF Pollinator Sanctuary certification. Press release needs to be authored, sent to media after awards ceremony at Northwest Indiana Green Drinks in March. NERC's developed best practices and model programs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is still being edited by Kathy Luther, perhaps with Nancy and others' assistance. Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission, NERC, has published a sustainability toolkit entitled Sensible Tools Handbook and Best Practices for Changing Landscape in 2023. Available online at the NERC's website, nerc.org. Follow the drop-down menus for that. Yay, green drinks. That's going to be a good one next month.
It's going to be a really good one. I really want to invite everybody to attend that one. It's going to be really special. The certificate is going to be actually presented at the beginning of the meeting, and they're trying to get the executive director from Indiana Federation to be there to do that.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
And then Katie Hopgood and Racine of Save the Dunes will be doing the major bulk of the presentation, and they're going to be talking about efforts to start the pollinator garden at Barker House, which is the headquarters for Save the Dunes. And then Save the Dunes, that's the group that has actually authored the pollinator guide, which is available for free. And then the end of the program, Kathy Sippel's going to be there, our very special friend, to do the wrap up, and she's really great at that. So, and I forgot to ask you something, so we'll talk after the meeting, okay?
Sounds good.
Excellent. That's
Yeah,
fun.
this
That's gonna
is
be a
this
good
is
one.
phenomenal. yeah.
Pollinator gardens and then the other gardens too.
Yeah,
You can
and I
get
think it's
certified.
called Ready, Set, Go Native.
Nice. Did you have something to add, Tristan?
Not sure if you want to tie it in, but there's a thing that could help us with points.
Oh,
I want to say I could probably get this account, but there's a press release template we can put out saying, "Hey, we're pursuing this."
okay.
If
So we can
it's-
get 10 points for the press release.
I'm not sure on the exact amount, but I know you get points.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Good.
Yeah.
I've got the possibility of working with a local church too to get some certifications, and I did recommend the certification for the local wildlife habitat because it's always say it's very easy to get. You just have to refill that little bit of water, and if you have even a small piece of property and $25, you can do that. So did the fee change? It may be $30, but still, it goes to all of the wildlife. So
You're talking about the application.
is it the application fee for
25.
Okay, it's still 25. All right, excellent. Well then, for $25, and you fill out to certify your yard at the National Wildlife Federation website, and we can share that on a Facebook page and let everyone know. My yard's certified. Like I said, it's really easy with a small yard too. So,
Yeah.
any questions? All right, excellent. J, Soul Power. Danita Scully, Faye Moore, and Nancy Molnauer. 31 solar panel assistants and 7 installers are North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners, certified, for a total of 38 certificates earned. Highest level of NAB CEP professional certification, photovoltaics installation concluded in August 2024. 2 of 4 students have completed the online certification for NAB CEP, progressing, installation professional, and the NEC, National Electric Code certification, with solely 1 still progressing. Faye, did you want to update?
No, I don't have any update.
You have the underlying area there?
Just the underline, did you want to let us know about that, or I could continue?
You can continue.
10 students started Tier 1 OSHA 10 course in December with 8 students completed. Horizon Bank and $11,000 grant from City of Michigan City for continued training have submitted requests, including Michigan City Economic Development Corporation. Please send grant and other funding leads onto the NAACP. Job training and certification program for solar panel installation in partnership with NAACP, LaPorte County, Michigan City Sustainability Commission, IBEW-531, Ivy Tech Valparaiso, Work One, and Just Transition Northwest Indiana. Those interested can sign up for future trainings at NAACP3061.org /programs/soul-power-programs. And that's all, again, we post all of that. Everybody's, it's so cool to see all of these people doing the classes and passing, and you're looking for grants, and it's really exciting. So I know I just read through it. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Did I skip it? No? All right. Nancy, anything?
Really, this please send grant and other funding leads onto NAACP. This is extremely important because the community grant that was applied for, that was not received. Okay, so those were some monies that were being counted on for training future classes. At this point in time, once this group gets through, then there will be no future training until funds are received.
Okay.
So this was a dire plea from Danita Scully. So if all of us could keep our eyes open, if we see any opportunities for grants, please really let them know, okay?
All right. NAACP, LaPorte County. Wonderful. Well, thank you for that, an update. And anybody, like she said, if you have grant information, let them know. Anything else? All right. K, Solar United Neighbors Son. Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Molnauer, Faye Moore, and Abby Neary. Abby attended Renewable Energy Day Red on January 21st at the State House, hosted by Sun Indiana and Earth Charter Indiana. Did you want to update us on that since you were there, Abby?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very active day. There were hundreds of people there.
Excellent.
Happened to be there was a bill being heard for the first reading, 1007, on small nuclear reactors and them wanting to provide incentives for building them and installing them in Indiana. There's quite a bit of opposition to that because currently the 2 other US-based projects that got funded for small nuclear reactors were originally supposed to cost $3 billion and then ballooned to $30 billion.
Oh.
So they never got built. So this is, but the author of the bill, who is also the chair of the Utilities Commission, is very much in favor of this for economic development. I didn't see Representative Senator Pressel. He is also in favor of this, but he's not my congressman. So if he's anybody's congressman, we should encourage him to say no.
I believe he's
to
ours.
this.
All right. And-
Representative Pat Boy is ours, so
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Representative Jim Pressel. It's like LaPorte County.
It's this.
It's diagonal.
Yeah.
And what Pat has, he has the other part of it, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was like a weird new cutoff.
Yeah, it's a weird new cutoff. It's
Yeah.
really diagonal across the state of LaPorte. I mean, across the county of LaPorte.
Yeah, I just pulled up a
And
map for
I
that
just
recently.
really want, I just really want to
Zoom in.
emphasize this technology has never been successful
No.
anywhere. And what they want to do is they want the consumers of public utilities to pay for this development. And that's really objectionable, that they're asking us to foot the bill for something we don't even know if it's gonna work.
Well, especially in North Carolina, these people were footing for the bill while they're building it, and they're still paying for it even though the project is stopped.
Yeah, and it's not generating any electricity, so.
Yeah, did you have something to add?
Yeah. So nuclear has been like this, obviously since the disaster that happened in Ukraine. I think it is
Chernobyl?
Yeah,
Chernobyl.
Yeah. There's been like, you know, a lot of people worry about it, like whenever they hear about it. In case you didn't know, there's actually a nuclear power plant an hour away in Michigan.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
It's not even an hour away.
No, it's probably
It's
about,
closer than that.
Yeah.
It's, I
We
mean, you can
know.
almost see it from here.
But
Unclear day, you probably got.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, you know, they have opposition to it just because of that. I mean, I disagree with the, you know, the consumers having to foot the bill, but
Right.
there's been strides in like in terms of like, I guess like sort of like what you said, like small. There's been like more like things like modular ones, like, you know, because there's been like strides in making like, oh, what do we do with the, you know, the byproduct of, you know, nuclear waste. There's been like technologies that have been like finding ways to utilize that towards like a more sustainable thing. It's like, you know, it's very new, so I mean, it's not like it's a complete, you know, product or possibility, but there's been a lot of research into it, and it seems to be panning out thus far, but who knows?
Yeah, more research on and safer. That's only my
Yeah.
opinion, but
I-
Japan was also very recent, and
What
you know,
was?
Japan Fukushima.
Fukushima.
Oh, yeah,
So
that
we've
one.
had lots of in my
And 3 Mile,
history.
3 Mile Island.
You know, if we could do nuclear safely,
But we have green alternatives.
We do.
And that's what I'm gonna keep advocating for and supporting, the green alternatives.
You can tie it in.
Also too, a lot of people don't realize that all of this, you call it byproduct, I call it toxic waste. It's being stored at those facilities, okay? Lots of people think that, Yakima, the mountain out in
Yes.
the southwest, everybody thinks those products are going there. No, that never materialized. The state said, no, we're not accepting the
Because they
toxic,
can't
the
transport it
toxic
safely.
weight, you know, from
Yeah.
everywhere. So they are stored at the facilities. In
Yeah.
most cases, they're put in metal canisters,
Yeah.
and they should be encasing those in concrete, but in most cases, they're not doing that. So it's sitting there in these metal containers. So,
yeah, I'd personally rather try to figure out how to recycle solar panels.
I'd rather figure out how to build bigger batteries to store the energy
Right.
from the solar panels and also the wind turbines, so.
I mean, if they can do it safely, you know.
Well, you know, there's always
There's always a risk, of course. I mean, it's just a matter of how do you minimize it the most? How do you divert something catastrophic from happening? It
Not
all
a lot
com-
of catastrophe
Solar
with
panels and wind
panels.
turbines.
exactly. Don't do it at all.
Don't do it at all.
I've seen that
Because
movie.
the same-
All right.
The same kind of problem looks like it's going to come about with this hydrogen as well. because
Hydrogen has the issue with hydrogen is that you can't like how do you like keep it like super cold at where it needs
Yeah.
to be on like a constant basis.
and then there are 3 or 4 different levels. Of course, the cheapest level of hydrogen that they want to produce is the most toxic.
Oh.
It's going to put almost as much CO2 in the air as the current.
That's sort of why
So-
that's why I sort of just stray away from the whole like hydrogen thing in my at least in my opinion.
And the level that
It might-
they need to be producing it is more costly, so of course they don't want to produce a better grade of the hydrogen because that's going to impact on their bottom line. So
Yeah. I mean,
just one more thing for us to be knowledgeable about so that we can take a stand one way or the other.
yeah, it's sort of why I stray away from it entirely. I honestly think it's not going to come to fruition as much as they want it to, just because you have scaling issue and then the core issue of how do you keep it cold at where it needs to be at the constant rate. Because obviously you're going to have energy that has to be used to keep that containment like that. And so at that point, it's like, how is this being effective? So, I just see it as like a pipe dream for the people that push it. I mean, I'm not against it, but,
Yeah, because they're really pushing it at the steel mill in Burns Harbor.
Well, let's hope
Yeah.
some chemists and scientists weigh in.
And I did want to get back to RED, which is where we started this conversation. Sustainability Commission was actually a sponsor of that, and
Oh, I
our,
didn't send you the picture.
our name did appear on the screen
Yes.
this year.
Yes, I took a picture of that. I'll send that in
Yeah.
case you want to do anything with it. But
So, besides Abby, we were represented with our logo.
yes.
And then also, I received an email that there's supposed to be a Solar United Neighbors, it's a Zoom meeting, February the 26th at 6:30.
Oh, excellent.
So when I get the link, I'll send it to the commission.
Great.
February what?
26,
Thank you. And
6:30 p.m.
6:30.
Is that Central Time?
That's why I didn't get the link yet.
Oh,
to
okay.
know for sure what time.
Okay. Thank you, Faye.
And our contact there, that's Brian Flory. And if you are interested in solar panels or you have questions on solar, you can go to solarunitedneighbors.org and they can answer your questions. And that's not for profit. Ask the questions. They can turn you on to other people that have solar panels, have worked with solar, and they can give recommendations for installers as well. Is there anything else? All right, moving down. Why does that say A? All right. I'm sorry about that. There's only
It says L on my sheet.
it says L. All right, then I
It
must
says
have
L.
just changed
It
it on my
says L.
screen. All right. Oh Lord, I just should not be allowed technology at all. Take it away from me. Okay, L. Hoosiers for Community Solar Coalition. H4CS. Abby Neary. Did you want to read this for me? I'm a little
Yeah,
at this point.
so we, as a Sustainability Commission, voted to unanimously to join the Hoosiers for Community Solar Coalition as a member, which also includes our partners at Solar United Neighbors, Faith in Place, League of Women Voters, and others. Community solar champions will be supported by H4CS in learning about community solar and then reaching out to their state legislators. So when I attended Renewable Energy Day that was hosted by Solar United Neighbors as well as Indiana Earth Charter and sponsored also by the Michigan City Sustainability Commission, at the time they didn't have any updates on whether or not any of the community solar bills were going to get hearings, but now they have. 3 bills were introduced. SB, which is Senate Bill 541 by Senator Spencer. It had its first reading in the Utilities Commission. And what this was really about was creating tax credits for community for community solar and for those that buy into the program. Then also we had House Bill 1371 by Representative Pat Boyd had its first reading in Ways and Means, and I'll come back to that one in a second. And House Bill 1581 by Representative Hamilton had its first reading in Utilities, Energy, and Telecommunications Committee. Both Senate Bill 541 and House Bill 1581 are exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
And really, this is about rules on governing the adoption of a community solar position by 7/1 of 26. So they want to codify it that Indiana needs to make a decision by 7/1 of 26. What we're doing with community solar.
Okay.
So your next step is pledge your individual support, and if you'd like to sign up for alerts, and you can go to https://HoogersForCommunitySolar.com/take action.
Thank you. Busy day. Busy day. Lots of bills going, and excellent. Thank you for that update. Did you have anything to add, Nancy?
No,
Excellent.
Andy did a
Questions?
great job.
Anything? All right.
And thank you, Nancy, for finding those bills, because H4CS was not sending updates out about telling us about that action.
I noticed.
Yeah, so I might email them and say, hey, can you, if they want us to collectively take action, they need to be informing us of the actions to take.
To take.
Good call. All right. Anything else? Okay. Last one. Hey, M, caught you being green. Always with the green. Andy Jans Davis, Tim Bauer, Michelle Basta. Earth Month Extravaganza 2025 is moving along well. The paperwork in, I've talked to and confirmed about 20 people. We have the possibility of a large number of interactive activities. We just have to confirm them. We will have at least 2 hikes. And we're on the beach this year, so at the senior center. We definitely have yeses by the time this went to that I had to post it. We had LaPorte County Solid Waste, that's Sasha, LaPorte County 4-H, LaPorte County Parks, Indiana Humane. Parks is not on there. That's just what I said. I didn't put LaPorte County Parks as one of the people that had said yes, but they are also. Everybody in LaPorte County that was there last year seems to enjoy. So we also have a yes from Indiana Humane, and we've recently received a yes from the NAACP. Thank you very much. And then there's going to be a green burial, and we usually have ours.
Save the Dunes, too.
And then Save the Dunes has an official yes as well. And Nancy usually does the table there. We'll have her there again. If you weren't mentioned, it wasn't because I don't like you. It was because these happened the day before I had to send this in. So there is an event on Facebook. I'll update for all the yeses soon. So one of our big interactive activities, the first one that signed up was Drive Clean Indiana. And thanks to Tristan and Electric Cars, we will have a drive event with electric vehicles also. And it looks like the time, I just have to confirm with the park department, but they've been real busy this week, probably 12 to 3. 90% it'll be 12 to 3.
Great.
Okay? Unless something, we have to shift an hour in one direction or something, but we're almost positive. So just put that time frame in your brain. We do have the building from the beginning, so we can set up very early, before that. I will meet with the people that are in charge of the actual building probably in the next week or two, just to get the layout figured out. It's different in there. So yeah, thank you everybody who's signed up. And does anybody have any more questions or comments on that?
Do we know what size tables they are going to be letting us use?
Well, they have, that's what I have to get eyes on in the senior center, because they have round banquet tables that stay put.
Okay.
That we don't move. I don't know if there's any ability to have them moved at all, but my initial response was that those stay put. And then there's banquet tables, 8 foot.
But ask them, when they have the senior flea market, they don't have the round tables.
Okay.
They have the long tables.
Well, then perhaps there is an ability to have those
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah,
Especially
there
if we're a
is.
city
Yeah.
entity. But I'm just following the rules.
Yeah, because I've been there.
So,
for the
you know.
Senior flea market.
Yeah, they
So,
ditched the
excellent.
round
Well,
tables.
If we know they can move the tables,
They
we'll
can.
just have to
They can.
talk to the right folks, and we'll get those.
Because all
moved
these
around.
organizations, their tablecloths and everything fit the banquet tables.
Right. Yes, the long tables.
Yeah.
So they have 8 foot tables there. And then I do also have access to somewhere around 26 foot tables that I can bring in if they allow extra tables, which I don't see why they wouldn't. But again, that's why I need to meet with the park people just to
And they
firm up.
have tables other places.
Yeah. So a lot of the tables in the park buildings though stay in those buildings, so they
right,
don't
right.
lose
They
them.
stay in the building, but they have
So-
an area that they house.
Right, exactly. So I think they had
They have a
around
storage-
20.
storage
They have a
room.
storage barn
Mm-hmm.
that's on Highway 12.
Excellent. Well, we're gonna send Nancy in a van. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So we'll figure it out though. But I need eyes in the building to really, get it figured out. And anybody who wants to
This
join
is-
me.
This is on tape.
So.
I know.
So yeah, all right. Nancy and Faye are gonna be my go-to people for that building because
Yeah.
they've been in there and they know.
Right.
So, but again, we may not need that part of the building. I've only been in a few times and I don't have the visual set in my brain. So once I get in there and really look around, we'll get it. We managed to cram about 400, not that many, a lot of people into that library the first year. So I think I can get this figured out. Did you have something?
Can you also confirm the parking area? We
Yes,
use?
that's my main thing, that I want to know how much of the parking lot is ours and where to put the driving people for easy access in and out. We had some ideas, but I want to see what the park has to say before I even go with that. So it is the time of year before they usually start charging
Right.
at the beach. So I'm assuming it will be free to get in.
It is free.
Because usually it's Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So yeah. Anyway, does anybody have anything else? I know we're trying to get out of here and get downstairs. I can hear all the people.
How else are we going to be advertising the event?
It goes in the paper.
Okay.
I usually contact Donovan
Okay.
and get that in the newspaper. And then I've contacted Northwest Indiana Times before. I print out flyers.
Okay.
And then anybody who has social media will
Okay.
share it on their social media platforms.
Okay. Good.
Where else have we put it? Julie,
I know.
you've
I know we
helped
tried.
put it.
I know we tried Beecher before, but
Beecher.
we were late with it.
The last year we were a little
You were
late, but we've
late,
had it in the
yeah.
beach year before too. So
That's a
if you have
good
any
source.
other ideas
The Beecher is a good.
besides the
Yeah.
our local paper and,
Yeah.
and whatnot.
I'll
so.
also check lakefront. I know everyone around here doesn't get it, but there's lakefront living.
Yes, lakefront living. Hmm.
I'll check
call.
and see if because they usually do something in the back that says
Okay.
upcoming events.
Thank you.
So I'll check and see if because they have a few around here. Maybe like it's not just Michigan City. There's like Portage, Chesterton.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check on that.
Excellent. So it does go on a lot of social
They have to get
media.
it way before a month.
They do.
Well, we've got some time.
Do we have
Yes.
an official flyer?
I haven't made the flyer yet. I wanted to get a few things confirmed for, the extras, because I usually put that on the flyer. Like we've had fossil hunts and things. So we have, I just again have to confirm with the park department. So I'm hoping in the next week or two we'll be able to do that. And then by March 1st, I should then, if I can confirm those times and everything with the park department, then I'm hoping to get by March 1st, I'll have a flyer. And then if I have to update the flyer, I can always add new things to it. That acceptable to everybody? All right.
Bailey, did you have an idea for distribution?
Well, once you get the flyer out, I can send it. It's like to the Michigan City Peach Jar, and it'll go out to all the families.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Now there, again, right now there is an event, a social media Facebook event that you can share if you're on social media. So I'll be updating all of that here soon. It's my birthday this weekend, so you're gonna have to wait on me. Yeah.
Happy early.
Go ahead. That was a shameless plug. All right. Moving on. Any commission comments besides the happy birthday? Commission comments? Public comments, going once, going twice. Public comments. You're public.
Yeah, this is about an informal meeting that Larry and I had with Redevelopment Commissioner Cherie Wilson and Sheila Brilson. And we're hoping to explore the possibility of moving ahead with, Larry, help me out here, sustainable building in Michigan City, okay?
Yes.
And the idea is to put the carrot out and not the stick. So we're at the very, 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 very beginning of this exploratory process.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting, and a number of people have said with these huge buildings going up, we really need to get something in place sooner than later, because if we don't, then the opportunity has been lost to encourage builders to actually look at doing more sustainability as far as solar panels, as far as materials they're using, the whole thing. So, Larry, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some research and finding some speakers, and hopefully we can do like a 90-minute thing here down in the EOC room, invite all of the municipal workers and the public to come and hear three people just basically lay the groundwork about how to build sustainably and how we can, work on that as a community.
Excellent.
So,
Well, I want to go. That sounds good. Any questions for that? Yes.
Were you thinking like maybe like building code or something like that?
codes would be part of it, yes.
Because that was something I wanted to pursue originally when I first joined the commission, was something like that, like what you guys are talking about. I know I spoke like maybe very briefly years ago with Clarence Hulse. He mentioned like there's these like Energy Star certifications.
Yes.
There's stuff like that for buildings.
Correct.
So I mean maybe that's something that could be an opening.
Yes, that would be part of it for sure.
Excellent.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I
Anything?
also brought the issue up at the developer boot camp that I'm attending for LISC. And it was an issue that when they did the introduction for the class, nobody talked about sustainable buildings. And for this to be a developer boot camp, and I kind of waited to see was anybody going to address it, and they did not. And so I brought that issue up, and that new developers, especially small community developers, need to be aware and looking at how to make whatever they're doing as projects for the neighborhood communities, making those sustainable as well, with solar panels and wind where we can do it, and community farms as well. So I did bring the issue up for the boot camp.
Good.
Great, thank you.
Well, let's get those buildings going. Is there any other? All right, we have announcements. As mentioned earlier, Northwest Indiana Green Drinks will be Thursday, March 6, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, promoting Get Ready, Set, Go Native via Save the Dunes Facebook Live or Zoom link from em@savethedunes.org. Indiana, this is on to another announcement. Indiana Sustainability and Resilience Conference, ISRC, with Indiana University Environmental Resilience Institute, Friday, February 28th, Monroe Convention Center, Bloomington, Indiana. Register at very long link that you can click on if you go to our agenda. It's posted. Excellent.
And I am going to that.
All right, great. And that's at Indiana University. So if you go to Indiana UNIV, you might be able to find that. If you don't, first go to our page. LaPorte County Master Gardener Show is Saturday, March 29th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Michigan City High School. That's 8466 West Paz Road. That's fun. My family goes to that just about every year. And then recently, I sent this in an email, but for the commissioners, we've been invited to work at or attend 2 different tables and events. First, Cheryl Chapman from the League of Women Voters has invited us to table at their event, Sail Away into Lake Michigan's Future. That's on Thursday, April 10th from 9 to 3 at the Indiana Dunes State Park Pavilion. Open for everybody, but again, talk to me if you want a table. And then we have also been invited to table the amazing event Planet Palooza in Gary, run by Kimmy Gordon, the founder of Brown Faces, Green Spaces. It's an honor to be invited. If anybody wants to table at this, I don't know that I'm available to do that, and by then, technically, I won't be a commissioner anymore. The event is on April 12th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Marquette Park in Gary. If you're interested, anybody in one of those tabling, let me know. We can help you with the tablecloth and information, or go to one of the events. So especially like Planet Palooza and the new Sail Away into Lake Michigan's Future. Any comments, questions? You can get with me after if you want to
Yeah.
table. What?
One more announcement.
One more announcement.
Wednesday, February 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and this is Central Time. It's Conservation Day at the Indiana State House, and this is sponsored by Sierra Club and Indiana Conservation Alliance.
Excellent. Thank you. A lot of good stuff going on. Anything else? Questions, comments?
By Sierra Club, and what was the other one?
Indiana Conservation Alliance.
What time was that?
It's from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and that's Central Time.
Wonderful. If there's nothing else, may I have a motion to adjourn?
A motion.
Motion. Do I have a second? A second. Okay. All in favor to adjourn? Aye. We are adjourned unanimously at 5:28 on Thursday, February 13th. 5:28 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.